Little Lagiston Learning Channel presents Weebly for Education blog setup. This tutorial will show you how to use the account set up by your teacher librarian to start blogging. All right, on the slip of paper that you have, it tells you to start creating your website or blog. You're going to go to students.weebly.com and you're going to put your username and password that's on your little slip of paper that your teachers handed out to you. Please note that there is no personal information of yours on this site. I use basically your first name and your first initial of your last name. So, and there's also a password when you're going to comment on each other's blog that you have to use. Okay, so you're going to log in, and normally a screen, I'm going to delete this site that I have here because I already had done this one, so I just want to show you what it's going to look like when you sign into it. You're going to get this pop-up box where you're going to put the subdomain of your Weebly. And the reason this is important because you want to make sure that it's easy to find each other's blogs when you're creating your account. So I'm just going to ask you to call it your first name. So Maverick and my first name. And I've already created one as I was playing with the program learning it, so I'm going to put a 2 there, but you would just put Maverick Jeff or Maverick Steve, and hopefully that one is available. If it isn't available, you could put the first initial of your last name, but if everybody does that, it's going to be very easy if everybody has Maverick and their first name, because then you'll be able to find people in your class easily. Then you're going to click continue. And then you are into the building of the program. Okay, so this is the home page here. So you're basically going to have a home page for your website. So you can actually edit the image. You can put a different banner here. You can click on this and type something different. Very easy to use. It's very intuitive. So let's say I want to change the image. You just click change image. So they have a gallery of images that you could choose from if you wanted something different. So after you've changed the image, you have to save it at the top right and just click save. Okay, so the next thing you want to do, so you can play around with the home page to kind of have it, some information. You might want to drag something about you here or about what this website is about for your blog. So you could add some text here by just dragging it. So these elements on the left, okay, the building elements, they're just basically drag and drop. So you can just drag what you want and then you can type in the information that you want. So this home page here you can do. So you can hit publish or you can just save it. So I'm going to just hit publish. Okay, so now let's go to pages, because you wanted the next page of your situation, you want to actually add the blogging page. So if you go here and you hit blog on the page on the left, and you can give your blog a name. And then you're going to, then you have the blog format. So you could write something about the author here. You could change this up. You could put some categories here. You can click on new post, and then it'll have an opportunity for you to give it a title. So first entry. If we were going to use this for first entry, I could put first entry. Okay, I could type, if I wanted to drag in an image, I could do that. Okay, so that I could have an image. I could have a spacer maybe underneath it, or a divider. So maybe I want to put a divider underneath. So you see now I got a line underneath. Now I'm going to have some text maybe that I'm going to then write something. Okay, so then I could start writing, doing my blog entry. Okay, and you can save it. And if you save it, it becomes a draft. So here you see we have drafts. So here it gives my title of my drafts. So nothing goes live until you hit publish. So if I thought this was a done deal, then I could hit publish. So all these elements actually are just drag and drop. So there's a lot of things to play with here. So you can, you could attach a file here. You could put some quotes in here. You can also change this headline, so you can change the banner to say something else. You can edit the image. So when you click on edit, change image. Okay, so at the bottom you have to click change image, and you can pick other images that you have here. So let's say you like this one, or you could upload your own. Very easy to do. You just click upload and then drag it here, or open the folder. So I'm just going to select this, and once you look at it, then you want to hit save so that it will make the changes. Okay, so I have all my drafts. You could do a new post again there. So let's go back to the pages that we have. So we have the home page, and I made my home page say Miss Lagiston's blog, but I think I'm going to change that to just put a general description here, maybe. Okay, and then the next page would be the actual blog page. So you can play around with the themes and things and the blog settings here. There's lots of things. It's very friendly for you to use it. So again, you can change the theme. So let's say you didn't like how this one looked. You can also take that out if you don't want that site thing at the top. There's lots of tools here. So once you have your blog, let's say I had this entry here and I wanted to go back to looking at it, my first entry, and I've got some content here, then I could actually post it. So once I've hit save, it just saves it. Now if I can hit post, it's being added to your blog page. You will need to publish your site for viewers to see the blog. So after I've posted it, then I still have to push publish in order for it to be for someone else to see. Okay, and it's telling you that that's where I'm going to find it. So let's just go for an example. I'm just going to open a new window, and if I put in Maverick Carin2.weebly.com. Okay, so if I had people in the class, Maverick, Nancy, Maverick, Karen, Maverick, Steve, .weebly.com, you can see how easy it would be to find it. So here there is a password protected area. As I told you, you have to put in the password that your teacher has been given. Okay, so I'm going to put it in, but I don't want to tell it to you online here, but your teacher will give it to you. Then you hit login, and you can see my blog, right? So if I wanted to make a comment on this person's blog entry, I could do that. Okay, so once I'm here, I have to actually, that's just the home page, that's the landing page. And so I would click Miss Lagiston's blog. Here is the blog entry that I had, and if I wanted to make a comment, then I would be able to. So I could just put that it's Miss Lagiston making a comment, and I love your banner, I love your photo, I thought your first blog entry was very thought-provoking because blah, 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 blah. Okay, so if you would leave your comment there, and then you would hit submit. Okay, so you can see you will have the opportunity to post on each other's blog. So if I go back to the creation, I want to just see, I'm going to go and see if that comment has been left there now. So here you can see there's one comment. So when I go to the comment, I can read what it says. Okay, and you can update it. Okay, so for many of you, I'm sure that playing with the tool is probably the best way to deal with it. You can do a lot of things in terms of like getting rid of these boxes. If you don't like that box, you can drag something else from the blog sidebar. So for example, let's just delete that. You can delete it. Then you could take something else and add it over here. So you could put the order. You could decide that you want that on top. I put it back. Okay, you could have the categories. You can drag and drop those. Okay, you could put a Flickr badge there. There's lots of things you can do here. Okay, you could do a new post. Again, it's just playing with how you want it to look and feel. But remember that you have to, the two things you have to do is when you do a new post, just to recap, okay, you're going to give it a title. You can drag in the elements that you wanted here. So let's say you wanted to put an image or a slideshow, you drag it over. Maybe you want a title on top of that. You want some text underneath. Okay, so you can do all of these things here. Add some things in here. So when you click on image, again, you can drag a photo. It's all very user-friendly here. All right, and so once you've done that, remember that you can save the post, which then at the bottom of the thing, it'll save it as a draft. So you can be composing it so it's not a final product. Then you can go back to it, okay, and then you can actually hit post. Once you've posted it, it's not published yet, it's just posted, and now you have to publish it again. So at the very last step is always to publish. Okay, hopefully that gives you a start, and you can ask questions if you have any questions.